It reminds me of the name of the guy with the drum group. You said one Earth or something like that?
Yes,
I
one
think it
Earth,
was One World.
one
One
world.
world. Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah, those guys really brought the community together back in the day,
Mhm.
and it was always just so powerful. You'd I called one drum circle. I called it Drum for Mom. It was on Earth Day,
Of
Mhm.
course.
and we had a big crowd, and the African fellow came and was
Oh, David, yeah.
yeah, he really amped it up.
Mhm.
And it went on, and man, we had some good energy coming through.
And
And
Brent,
that's where I learned to listen to the other drums, not just mine.
Right on. Right on.
is that Brenda the guy who does the One World drum? Is that the guy you mentioned you were keeping up with him and Dwayne?
No, that that
Okay.
that wasn't him. No, no, no.
Did you know the guy who did the One World?
Was that who was that, Dwayne? Was that
It was
I
Roger.
that
Roger
was
Roger.
right. Oh,
Duncan.
then
Yeah.
then yes, that was Roger that I sat with. And I think David, I bought two djembe drums from
Oh,
years
Oh,
later. Yeah, which I passed on because I was moving, and now I have another. Yeah. And Dwayne, Babatunde Olatunji, didn't we
uh-huh.
see him? Like he was all part of,
Well,
I
he was
think he,
certainly in the ethers.
yeah, but why do I think I attended an event or something with him, maybe in Vancouver.
Yeah, he definitely would. He
And
had a
Mel,
number of connections on the
yeah,
coast, and
and
Hollyhock was the big one because he did an
yeah,
annual workshop there.
right.
That's
And
where I that's where I met him. I took
right,
his
okay.
workshop.
And Malidoma Somé,
Yeah,
yeah,
yeah. I went to a men's retreat with him and Michael Mead.
okay. I went to one with him in Vancouver. Yeah.
So here we are, number Zoom call 66. Wow,
Mhm.
they just keep racking up.
Yeah. Route 66.
So I've included this next couple of graphics just to for people that are brand new to the lightning path. Maybe just for some reason they ended up uh, tuning in. This is our overarching view of the I guess the astronomical dimension of the lightning path. Um, Based in a revelation I had on March 3rd, 1986, that the traditional Mayan Tzolk'in could be related to as a series of 260 moon cycles rather than 260 day cycles. And that insight alone was enough to expand my whole view of the Tzolk'in and to put me on a path of self-discovery that I continue to this day nurturing. And the reference point, for that Genesis moment, if up in the upper left-hand corner, we see Halley's Comet was literally coming by at that time, along with Voyager 2. Voyager 2 was going past Neptune, or I'm sorry, Uranus, and its 84-year cycle is what we have depicted here. It's the expansion from 1 day per sector on the Tzolk'in to 1 lunar cycle per sector gives us this 84-year journey, which is exactly the length of duration of the Uranus cycle. So this is us plugging into a natural cosmic cycle and tracking it over the course of our lives. And it's 1 moon cycle at a time. And it's just that simple. and that straightforward. And that you always have the opportunity to grab hold and be a part of it. And in that grabbing hold, you're brought into a whole new dimension, really. And you start having gatherings together with people of like mind, like we are, a meeting every couple of weeks, new moon and full moon. We're really on that rhythm. And the hieroglyphs are here to help us remember what it is that we as spiritual beings have at our disposal. There's ways and means of kind of getting in there and having the revelation like I had of there's some kind of cosmic resource here, but we have to engage. There's no other way. So that's where ceremonies come in, and workshops and so on, to get people engaged, and then it's a matter of heading out on your own. So here's where we are currently in this overarching view. We're in what we call the time beam from 2007 to 2028, and we're at the 8th moon cycle of, and we look down at the arrow that the sub is pointing to. It's right on the lunar year of 13 moons that we call the temple of birth. So this is all the Tzolk'in symbolism is here at our disposal. It's meant to bring us archetypally alive and aware. And so those many archetypes are here. So this is an AI graphic that popped up for me, and it's just kind of an overview of what this Lightning Path business is all about. It definitely ties into the traditional Mayan worldview, and which indicates that we are in what they call the sun of consciousness. That since harmonic convergence and the 2012 phenomena, the whole calendar system that the Maya have lived by for thousands of years has pointed to a time of renewal, that we're in definitely in a time of a change from the previous suns, as they call them. So just read a little bit here. The Lightning Path, a map for conscious evolution. The Lightning Path is a spiritual and mythological framework that weaves together the Tzolk'in, the 260 sacred archetypes, the cycles of the moon, and the 84-year orbit of Uranus to guide individuals in awakening to their spiritual birthright and participating consciously in the evolution of a planetary culture. What is it? It's a system of time, symbolism, and self-reflection that uses Tzolk'in archetypes and lunar cycles to help us understand our place within a larger evolutionary story. Who discovered it? Discovered and developed by yours truly, independent researcher, author, facilitator from British Columbia, Canada. Spence's Bridge. Now, how it works, by aligning with the natural rhythms of the Tzolk'in of 260 days, the moon, 29.5-day cycle, and Uranus, the 84-year cycle, we gain insight, purpose, and timing for personal and collective transformation. So it really is, it's about awakening. As we see here, awakening. Recognize the call. Remember your spiritual birthright. Secondly, understanding. Learn the pattern of time, archetypes, and lunar cycles. Number 3, alignment. Live in harmony with the natural rhythms within and around you. 4, transformation. Release limitations Embrace change. Step into your power. 5. Participation. Consciously contribute to the awakening of humanity. So just a basic orientation. That's what's offered here. A modern mythological journey of awakening uses the Tzolk'in, the moon, and Uranus, reveals our unique blueprint and timing within the great cycles, empowers personal growth, healing, and conscious choice, inspires conscious participation in the birth of a planetary culture, leading all beings toward the sun of consciousness, also known as the sun of flowers. So currently, in that context, we are moving into, at this new moon, into a lunation designated as 8 Eek. And that is contextualized by the temple of birth that we're currently in. So 8 Eek, what's that about? The breath of alignment. So here's a reading for the Yellow Sub Adventure Team. That would be us. And friends, anybody who's, I mean, the invite's out all the time.
Okay. I'll go with 8 Eek, the breath of alignment, a reading for the Yellow Sub Adventure Team. Yellow Sub Adventurers, we now enter the current of 8 Eek, galactic wind. Eek is breath, spirit, voice, communication, and the invisible movement that carries meaning from one being to another. It reminds us that some of the most powerful forces in life cannot be seen. We know them by what they move. At tone 8, this wind seeks integrity and alignment. The question before us is not simply, what do I wish to say, but does my voice arise from the truth of who I am becoming? 8 Eek invites us to bring thought, word, breath, and action into greater coherence. What we speak carries vibration. What we repeat becomes atmosphere. What we breathe into the world helps shape the field through which others must travel. This is therefore a time to listen as deeply as we speak. Listen for the quiet message beneath the noise. Listen for the word that wants to be born. Listen for the breath moving through the spaces between certainty. Eek teaches that inspiration literally arrives as an in-breath we receive before we express. The more empty and attentive we become, the more clearly spirit can move through us.
Thank you.
Yeah. Yeah, I can feel that. Spirit, voice, communication. That's what I feel, what I was sharing earlier for myself around the youth arising. And I think you posted, was it Dwayne, you posted that song by the young, it sounded like a young woman singing, and that the world is wide open for them.
Right.
That's what I'm feeling, is this underlying current of the young arising. That's what I'm feeling. And I feel excited to be part of it as an elder and seeing that arise. So that's the vibration that I'm feeling is happening, and it's quite exciting.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm really glad you've given voice to that feeling, because it's you're I'm in a village of elders. We
Mhm.
don't have the kid vibe so much, and you're definitely getting it. So thank you.
Mhm.
Hey, Dwayne,
Yay!
can I share the dream spell affirmation for?
Oh, absolutely. Yeah.
So it's to complementarily go along with this amazing message that Steve just read for this month that we're entering. Um, like the white wind is one of the 20 archetypes connected with uh, spirit and breath and communication. And then the tone tone 8 is oh, I gotta clear a little dust out of my throat. Tone 8 is like the tone of harmony because it's like the octave and very musically, and it's also about having integrity. So like living what you believe and modeling that. So being like a good role model for others. So that's a bit of the energy of tone 8 as is interpreted by the dream spell system from Jose Arguelles. So combining those two energies of the tone and the archetype gives the affirmation for this month, which would be on the sacred 260-day calendar, the Tzolk'in, would be number 242, which is the white galactic wind, or also known as 8 Eek. We harmonize in order to communicate, modeling breath. We seal the input of spirit with the galactic tone of integrity. And that is the Zen koan kind of affirmation to be understood on a deeper level than just our 3D mind, but let that sink in. Harmonize in order to communicate, modeling breath. So that's what
Mm.
I'm focused on for this coming month, as well as everything else we're learning about this lunar cycle, but just having really good speech and listening skills and letting our tongue speak only that which is most glorious. And the wind is also about change and unexpected change, like
Mhm.
being able to trim your sails according to which way the wind is blowing and kind of going with the flow of the breeze, right? So it can be hard sometimes to make solid plans with white wind energy because it kind of just blows around. But yeah, I'm very excited to see what
Mhm.
else is packed into this epic presentation.
Yes.
So thanks for letting me add that in.
Well, thank
Just
you.
my love of the glyphs and the numbers.
Yeah, I can feel it.
Yeah.
My hopefully my enthusiasm is contagious.
Yeah, I think it is Sachu.
Very much so.
Yeah. Good one. Thank you.
Your eloquence, your integrity, your enthusiasm, all of it.
Ah, thank you, Brenda. And and when Steve mentions seeing this fun and this youthfulness, I'm looking at Vancouver Island across the ocean and just seeing it light up with all this good energy of this this blessings. And
Mm. Nice.
so yeah, definitely feeling, I think something about having the eclipse at the same time as the presentation is
Mhm.
bringing in quite the alignment.
Mm.
Yeah, like how
Our
you did that.
gather and our gathering on Sunday was full of youth, joyous
Mm.
youth.
Nice.
Yeah, I know. Sophia used to say, "Yeah, I want to stay relevant with what's happening with the youth and not just become, oh, okay." It's like, yeah, playing with the youthful energy. As I shared the calendar with a woman, I think she's 25, and just so thankful to receive this information and feeling her youthful exuberance about it is very, very fun. And it's fun for me, really embracing this calendar versus we've got this Gregorian calendar, right? We touched on that, and that's the one that's patriarchal and has put us to work and nose to the grindstone. And geez, I get part of the weekend off, and people, I think this youthfulness is finding that there's more to the life and more to the world than just that. So I'm on that bandwagon.
You're the white wind incarnate. Galactic. There's your
Mhm.
shirt to prove it.
White
Looks
wind.
good on you.
Thank you.
Are you up for more speaking, Steve?
Who's next?
Not sure if I'm up for speaking today. So sorry about that, but that's what I'm feeling right
Well,
now.
I think I've got some more breath here.
Oh, good.
The shadow of Eek can appear as scattered thought, careless speech, misunderstanding, nervousness, or words disconnected from the heart. Tone 8 asks us to restore balance. We need not speak every thought, defend every position, or fill every silence. Sometimes alignment begins with one conscious breath. During this passage, notice the language you use about yourself, about others, and about the world. Ask whether your words strengthen the reality you wish to inhabit. Speak what brings coherence. Speak what opens rather than closes. Speak what carries life. And when no true word is ready, allow silence itself to become part of the conversation. For the Yellow Subadventure team, 8 Eek is an invitation to become instruments of the living wind, each of us sounding our individual note while listening for the greater harmony moving through the whole. We do not have to manufacture the message. We have only to become clear enough to receive it. Breathe, listen, align, speak, and let the wind carry us onward.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Mm.
Okay, who's got the voice for this one?
I can read that. Last word.
Okay.
Oh, there's more.
Yeah.
Black elk. Oglala Lakota Sioux. 1865 to 1950. Quote, and I saw that the sacred hoop of my people was one of many hoops that make one circle, wide as daylight and as starlight. And in the center grew one mighty flowering tree to shelter all the children of one mother and one father. And I saw that it was holy.
Thank you.
Wow, this isn't sadness in my heart. This is just love.
Hmm.
Thank you.
End. Thank you, Dwayne.
My pleasure. Thank you.
Yeah, I just love its clarity, and it's clearer and clearer in episode 66.
Yeah.
Yes, Dwayne, lovely presentation.
Thank
It's
you.
very precise and to the point, I find, this
Mhm.
time. You didn't go in any super far direction, any one way or the other, just on the lightning
Mhm.
path like the bolt.
Yeah, beautiful.
Right on. Well, we've got the Great Mother,
Mhm.
as we know, Temple of Birth, and
And all the children sitting in a circle.
Love that drum for mom.
Oh, yeah, she feels it. She's listening.
Yes.
It's been great with our jam sessions here, and I've been bringing out the big drum. And one of the elders, she stopped the whole proceeding. She said, I just have to let you know how much I appreciate you bringing this into our circle." She was feeling it, and it was she's very sensitive to the whole community. She's like one of our strongest pillars, so she's got an event coming up for all the 75-year-olds. So it's going to be at her place, and she's got a lovely yard, and she wanted me to know that she would really like it if the drum came to that event. So it's been great to get that kind of connection happening.
And when is that?
It's coming up, I think it's the 17th. Yeah. And hopefully it is not
17th of August.
smoky. Yeah. So 5 days.
That's on the Sunday, I think, or Monday.
Yeah, I think it's a Monday. Well, here we go.
Yeah, it's a Monday, yeah.
Oh, yeah. And in my calendar, there's a movie shoot going on that day. We have a group in Ashcroft that's been putting together this movie about James Tate coming back from and this is the fellow that built the house we live in. And he's like our most famous person, James Tate, the self-taught ethnologist.
And relative of my friend Kevin.
Wow. I
Cool.
knew that you lived in the house of like the previous mayor of Spencer's Bridge or something, but what did you say? An ecologist or botanist
An
or
ethnology, so the study of the
ethnologist?
native tribes in British Columbia,
Oh,
essentially.
wow.
But he became an ally to the chiefs, and in Spencer's Bridge in 1910, there was a huge gathering of native chiefs who gathered together to give a message to the prime minister at the time, who was coming through British Columbia by train, I think, and Tate was their spokesman, and so he became a very staunch ally to the natives, and yeah, it's
He was their wind.
yeah. Hey, good insight, right on. And it was so necessary, but he really devoted himself to it, and his ethnography meant he was gathering up artifacts for study, and he had such a collection that he had the museum in Merritt is based on his initial collection, and so he had quite the influence over the generations, and it's quite. You know, this room that I'm in, there were many meetings happened right here in this room. You can come.
Wow.
So they will be coming to your home and in the home to film.
Though the filming so far was over at the pub, or not the pub, but
In Ashcroft, right?
there's stuff going on in Ashcroft. There's stuff going on here. What's going on here is going at the packing house, the cafe. So I'm there with my hat, my black hat, and my black guitar, and I have a little thing that I express about the power of music and how we should really embrace it, and the folks south should put down their drum or their guns and take up guitars.
Beautiful. Oh, very
So
good.
that's kind of the message they're wanting to get out into the community,
Mhm.
and they're getting a great response. The team that's putting this together, there's no money in it, they're doing it entirely voluntary,
Mm.
and it's going on. It's I don't know, several weeks into formation now, and now they're getting down to the final editing and so on. And on that Monday coming up, I'll be going up to Ashcroft to be part of They've built a saloon, a saloon, I guess, or at least an old time cafe, and
Probably a saloon.
yeah, but it probably is a saloon, but there's
Mm.
going to be they wanted the big drum. That's another thing. Yeah, because I've used it in Ashcroft and at the Unity Cafe, and people got it. Like one guy, he said, "You can bust through doors with this instrument." He just saw it. Like people are just opening up to the vibe, because it really does hit people in the heart chakra. So it's been just great. A year ago, I'm wanting to get more engaged musically, and
Mhm.
I've really amped it up here. Now that I've got my manuscript, I've done a redo. So Lightning Path 2.0 got a new cover and some changes internally, and just finished that yesterday. So now I'm feeling like, hey, that opens up a whole new realm. I think I'm going to go into music more.
Mhm.
And so there I am with my foot pedal, exploring these different possibilities. So there you go.
Yeah, it sounds to me like you're like keeping everything in your life progressing. And it's like when one thing gets low, it's like, oh, time to bring the music up or
Yeah,
time to
Mhm.
keep the Lightning Path manuscript and the material coming out
yeah,
strong.
yeah.
But
The coherence. Keep the coherence factor.
yeah, I wanted to say that it sounds like you were doing the earth healing ceremonies like annually for, I don't know, 30 years or something you
Yeah,
said.
yeah,
But now with that big drumming for mum and the people, it's like, the earth healing ceremonies are like wherever you are, it's happening
right
with the
on.
music
Yeah, yeah.
and uh and I'm super interested. Like I had very limited understanding of James Tate, so I'm glad you just shared that, and I will like to stop in that Merit Museum if I when I'm passing through next time, and I've also gonna look for if when that movie comes out, I'd
Hmm.
love to see that.
Right on.
Mhm.
Yeah, that's gonna be fun.
Yeah, with the music, it was fun picking up the drum for the first time in a long time. And now I feel I'm actually dancing through the house to music playing in the house. So that's new.
Right on.
Um, yeah, I'd like to connect with some type of instrument. And but right now, I think what's new is this is very funny. I bought my Taoist saber to take up Tai Chi Saber,
Oh,
the movement with the saber.
cool.
And that's a new class starts the 1st of September. But what's funny is there was a little bit of a conflict with a person, a misunderstanding. And what I'm buying is her saber because she's finished with it
Right on.
and I'm getting a good deal on it. So the
That would
joke
be
is
the lady with the t-shirts, right?
yes.
Ooh, hoo,
And,
hoo.
and
Hmm.
what I'm thinking is, yeah, it's a good idea to buy that because then at least she won't be able to stab me. So, yeah, it's just an opportunity to heal and just buy that sword from her.
Wow.
Is it pointy or does it have a
Yeah,
sharp edge?
it's, yeah, I'm getting clear on the difference between saber and sword. The saber is the one that's more, looks almost like a dagger
Wow.
and a wide blade, but it's wooden. It's all wood.
So it's like your Manjushri sword.
Right, right. So it's cutting through the ignorance of conflict by purchasing it the uh, from the other party.
Mhm.
Yeah, it's very fascinating.
How beautifully miraculous, magical that's happening.
Yeah,
Mhm.
I said,
I just
yeah, I just inquired, are there any, which am I buying the right one? I looked online. They posted about where you can get the saber, and I thought it was the pointed one, the straight blade, but it's not. It's the curved one. So they said, "Oh, there's some for sale in the group." I said, "Oh, okay. Well, then I'll buy that." And here it comes available for half the price, and from the other party. It's so funny. I said, "Yeah, I'll buy it." There's no. I have that I can cut through the ignorance of conflict. So yeah, I'm quite excited about that starting a new class in September with with the saber.
That's exciting.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you're right. It's Manjushri. Manjushri in action, cutting through the ignorance.
Yeah.
With the
And I was,
lotus, with the lotus and the book.
yeah. Um, I was referring to the the 13 moon teaching up here and Manjushri with the sword and everything. Um, and I wanted to share a little of the music up here. Um, that like we had our jam session with the Lama and everyone up here, and that was inspired by a song that my friend Terry, the live blood analysis,
Oh,
she she gave me a CD one time and she said, "This is my favorite song on it." And we listened to that song. It was called Travelers, and it was written by a guy named True Guy, and it he wrote a whole album and beautiful songs, some that bring tears to my eyes, like almost every time I hear them because they're such deep songs, and and so it was on on her birthday that I was in um, by Kootenay Lake, Ryandale last year in September equinox, and we were listening to these songs, and because I'm like, playing this CD that she gave me that she loves so much, and Tyson's like, "Hey, True Guy runs the men's group meeting, and you should join." And so I started attending, and just a wonderful group of men that y'all's got to, especially Dwayne, got to participate and be involved, and so it was up here for my retreat that I surprised Terry with a New Year's gift because it was on the 13 moon calendar, the New Year's morning. And I'm like, "Hey, I want to bring over this drum and guitar." The drum was for her if she wanted to play. I thought she might just want to listen, but she wanted to drum. And so we played this song and sung it together. And that was why she's like, "We got to play this for everybody." And
mm-hmm.
so that's how Steve ended up hopping on the drum after we played that song, and it was just such a full circle, totally
Mm-hmm.
magical thing, right? And but there's another little music story up here is that like the only reason I'm here, in a sense, not the only, but like a big part is because Lucy, the caretaker up here,
Mm-hmm.
I met her when I first came up 3 years ago, and she said, I've told this story before about what she said, but anyway, her son, he's like a soul brother, kindred spirit, and he's recently gotten very musical. He's playing guitar for like 7 hours a day sometimes, and he's only in his early 20s, so he's younger than me, and we learn from each other on guitar, and our styles are very complementary. And so at the uh, at the beginning of my teaching session on the day out of time, I wanted to do the prayer to the seven galactic directions that Jose would do often. He would use the flute, but I haven't gotten that skill as much, or the tool. So I would often do like play a little guitar song after each of the directional prayers. And so I said to Forrest, I kind of pulled him aside, and him and his girlfriend were like by far the youngest here. And then it was me, and then my older brother, and then from my older brother, everyone was like in their 40s and 50s and above. And then we had Tyson the elder here in his 80s. And so we had such a great group at the retreat. And so I asked Forrest, hey, like, no pressure, but I'm going to do this prayer. And if you want to play 7 little diddlies after, like, please help me out. Because he's really good at improvising, and freestyle solo is like his strength. And so he's like, oh man, I don't know, like this is your retreat and I don't want to take, attention away from what you're doing, and I'm a little nervous with all your friends here to play. And I was like, it's all cool, man. Like if you want to, like it'd be great if you did that, and we'd all love to hear. And so he passed on the opportunity, but then we all went into the room, which is got a very special room we were in.
Mm-hmm.
It's got a lot of meaning, significance to my heart. I did some very important karmic release and healing in there to be able to have this retreat teaching happening in there. But anyway, and it's right on the center of the ley line. So Forrest, he sees my guitar case. My dad's had that guitar for like 30 years and then passed it on to me. And it's right here. And he's like, he thought it was his guitar. And he's like, gets inspired. He's like, oh, I'll do it. Like I'll play. And I was like, oh, but you've never played this guitar before. Like, this is mine, right? And he's like, oh, okay. No, I'll still do it. So I strap him up, and it was just such a beautiful moment of the retreat, because after all the prayers, or after each prayer, he would just play the most funky, unique, one-of-a-kind little riff. And he did a lot of bending of the strings and a little bit of harmonics. So it was just really psychedelic with the wow, 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 like the whammy bar and I taught him harmonics, and that he can bend the neck a little bit to make it do that whammy bar. And so he does it so elegantly and gracefully, and so that was really special. I wanted to share that story from the retreat and add some of that youthful kind of spirit to it. Improvisation. I think that's a key word or a key theme of the White Wind is improvising too.
Right on. Right on.
So that's my story, and I'm sticking to it.
Yeah.
Great
Thank you
story.
for
Wonderful,
sharing.
wonderful retreat. It had that, the youthful energy and some wisdom from the elders and the Lama. Yeah, it was magical. So thank you for stepping out with that. It was just such a beautiful experience.
Yeah, and it's all thanks to Lucy, right? Forrest's mom. She's the one who put the work in and encouraged me all the way.
Yeah. Yeah, she was very inviting when we got there and just opened up the door and got us settled in. It was very, very well done.
So when it comes to food, what does that look like? How do you guys keep yourselves fed?
It was good. And it was seemed that from a participant's point of view, Quinten had it set up from a magical cookbook, and he had some amazing helpers, and he had one amazing dishwasher, and he had many dishwashers. We spelled each other off, and we chanted in the food and with the Lama. It was just very beautiful. And there was an abundance of food, and it didn't seem to take away from the participants. And yeah, is very beautifully done.
Mm-hmm. Thank you, Steve. Yeah, I think we had the food covered pretty good. It was cloudy and kind of cool, so I bought a lot of fruits because I thought it was going to be really hot and people need to cool down with watermelon and stuff, but it was kind of the other way. Like people needed warming foods to stay warm because it was a little on the cooler side. But like it's vegetarian up here, like no eating of meat basically, but cheese and milk and yogurt, all that is like you know, confirmed good and recommended and stuff. But like I kind of took it the whole 9 yards with the whole vegan thing, and I made my own vegan cheese and my own hemp seed milk and so I did prep cook for like almost a week before. Like I
Mhm.
was working full time and simultaneously moving out of my mom's apartment. Um, and so I was like pulling all nighters, prep
Yeah.
cooking huge batches of tahini, hummus and
Mhm.
all tomato sauce and cheese and all sorts of stuff. And when we got up to the center, I started like prep cooking or heating up the stuff I had put into cans and jars in a big way, and and it went really well. But I got so busy with everything that I didn't even have time just to heat up the food I had already prepared. Plus, it would have kind of been boring if we ate the stuff I made all weekend. So thankfully, my dear friend Darlene
Mhm.
is amazing in the kitchen, and she and her partner Michael, they only paid for one person because they got the deal that they'll help out in exchange for the reduced price. And so she just like, you know, full hands on managed
Mhm.
the kitchen for like the second half and more of the retreat and made some amazing meals, soup and very flavorful stuff, good hearty meals that I didn't have to worry about anymore. I came in all gung ho, like I'm gonna cook for the whole retreat,
Oh,
and I was just like
oh,
cooking and teaching and setting up, and oh my
oh.
gosh. So
Yeah, it worked out so well. And Lucy was in there helping, and
yeah,
there's lots of silent helpers
and
in the
and
kitchen.
then the weekend after we had the Chen Rei Zi retreat, and it was Lama Su and three other ladies. One of them is the main cook for KDOL,
Hmm.
but like I said to her, like, no, 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 you're doing the retreat. I'm cooking because I got this whole thing with cooking where I want to do it, and
Hmm.
uh, and I didn't really get to do it how I wanted to at the last retreat that I had because of course there were so many people. But this time there was four, yeah, four ladies, including the llama, and I got to cook the whole retreat for them, except my friend did one little meal she really wanted to do, and she made a nice vegan cheesecake. Um, but I got to have that fulfillment the weekend after.
Hmm.
Um, so that was really special and my first time doing the actual whole cooking for a retreat right through. So I think that kind of is what you're asking about, right? Right, Dwayne?
Well, actually, on a more personal note, if a person comes as a solitary seeker,
Yeah,
what do you bring your own food, or is
I
there?
kind of figured that's what you were asking, but we filled you in on how the retreat went with the
Yeah.
cooking. But
Yeah.
but
And
yeah,
how good
uh,
and how good the food was.
yeah. Up here, like typically for solo retreatants, it's on them to do the cooking for themselves.
Yeah.
There may be bonuses from the caretaker, but no guarantees.
Yeah.
But there are kitchens and fridges, multiple on the property.
Oh,
There might even be one in the cabin you're using, depending on. You'll probably get a nice one of the better end ones with the kitchen inside. And there is a seniors discount, 30% off from the already really good prices. Um, but yeah, typically yeah, it's one person is up here basically, and currently that happens to be me. So the retreat center kind of guidelines are pretty people take care of themselves unless it's a group retreat, in which case I'll either do the cooking or we'll get our friend the chef to come up.
right on.
So, but yeah, it's a BYOF, right? Bring your own food situation for
Hmm.
the most part.
Yeah, got it. Thank you.
But we're fully stocked and loaded in the pantry.
Yeah, fantastic.
Yeah, and if you need to, for example, you're coming to Salt Spring and you need a ride up the mountain because of the crazy bumpy road, then I would be able to come down and pick you up and use the KDOL discount card at the grocery store to get supplies. So it's not like all your vegetables are getting all warm and wilted on the long journey here because of the ferry weight and all that. But we could pick up food on the island. There's really good quality food here. It's kind of a garden culture.
Nice.
But yeah, there's lots of other things that you'll be informed about for the visit,
Yeah.
like checklists and what to bring, all that.
Okay.
Yeah, and there's beautiful Dharma halls to sit in. Got your Dharma hall. They got the community room. There's all the different kutis or cabins all along the cliff. It's just a beautiful setup for a retreat.
Right
I
on.
hope if you come, I get to meet up for a face-to-face coffee or something, Dwayne, on
If
your
I'm-
journey down.
Oh yeah, of course. Yeah, for
Great.
sure.
Oh yeah, Brenda's basically right beside the ferry,
Close.
right on the way.
Yes.
Great.
And you could do an overnight here. I do have an extra room, so.
Well, thank you.
Yeah, I have a room here if you're on the Big Island.
Yeah, Nanaimo is also can be on the way depending which direction you take.
Right on.
That's why I've visited Steve, because often I'll go that way to get home.
Gotcha.
So yeah, Brenda and Steve are on the direct route to here.
Yeah,
That's auspicious.
I think it's a good little seed planted for this new moon.
Yes, yes.
Right
Go
on.
find where the air is fresher.
Mhm.
hmm yeah.
Well, guys, we're coming right down to the 2-hour cutoff point here. So, any last remarks?
Well, it was a beautiful presentation and kind of nice to share what's been happening during the previous moon and now on to new beginnings. And yeah, I'm just really feeling the oh yeah, we're in this blue tone right now, so I'm feeling the vision from above. And yeah, again, thank you, Quinten, for expanding this this path with your retreat and Dwayne's work over the last 3 years has been just amazing to see it almost like crystallize or just become this focus. It's really good. And yeah, it's keep having fun with it. Thank you.
Thank you.
Much gratitude from the bottom of my heart. Thank you.
Big gratitude.
Mhm.
Lots of love.
And humor.
Mhm.
Oh, yes, yes.
Love you guys.
Love you.
All right.
Too.
Take care.
Yeah, love you.
Bye.
Bye.
We'll
Bye.
meet again.
Ciao for now.